Regional integration is fundamental in stimulating the growth and development of the OECS Economic Union. In support of the revised Treaty of Bastille, progressive measures are continually taken towards the free trade and movement of member states. Through the 10th EDF Economic Integration and Trade of the OECS project, the European Union provided financial assistance to build the capacity of regional integration in the OECS through sensitizing and strengthening communication links between member states.
Of particular importance has been the public sensitization and public education components, and that involve one, the first of all, doing a proper study of the communications environment. We looked at analyze our existing communications and looked to set up a sort of benchmark study of where we need to go, the audiences that we need to tap, the people we needed to reach in order to begin to change public perceptions about regional integration.
Using communication as a tool to build its capacity in regional integration, the OECS focused on strengthening its communication units in member states.
First, we went about rebuilding the communications unit from the start with vital European Union assistance. This meant putting in place systems, staffing and procedures to put in place a communications infrastructure, an effective communications infrastructure, where we could communicate with key audiences of the Commission. One of them was obviously a rebuild of the OECS website. We needed a functioning website to not only show the world what the OECS Commission and its partners were doing, but it's also our window to the world.
The public benefited from increased information on the work of the OECS and regional integration through various mediums. The first being interactions through social media and the website of the OECS.
The Commission, using the 10th EDF funds, established an integrated communications architecture that involved a new website, social media of all kinds, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all integrated with the new website. And what that sought to do was to help us to have a converged platform for messaging. We've been able to establish a world-class infrastructure. That platform that we now use, in fact, is used by Fortune 500 companies worldwide. And it enables us not only to pitch and project our message in the spaces that we consider essential, aside from general broadcasts, but we are also able to see the metrics on how those messages perform. When we send out our fortnightly bulletin, for example, we know how many people it's gone to. We can see how many of those persons have actually read it, how long they spent browsing it, how far did the message go, whether they passed it on.
In addition to these, member states were informed through a series of educational programs for various demographics.
We wanted to capture for future generations the historical context and the establishment of the OECS. And so we put together a 6-part television series, another television series on the OECS founding leaders. We put together a 4-part animation series in both English and French on regional integration to be displayed within schools, social media, etc. And that looked at the OECS Economic Union, the work of the Commission, the free movement of persons and goods, and things of that nature.
OECS citizens can travel to any of the 7 protocol member states without a passport, once they have an official and valid identification card with their picture and nationality on it.
We implemented the Vini Causer television series, public education television series on regional integration. We brought together a panel of experts next to civil society, NGOs, members to ask and to have a live audience ask of them real questions that concern them in relation to regional integration. And there was an opportunity for those people on the panel to engage at a very one-to-one level and explain the benefits of regional integration for many different aspects.
On this episode of Vini Causer, we're in lush Dominica to tackle the very challenging topic of climate change.
The project also sought to sensitize citizens employed with border agencies to encourage one acceptable standard and policy of the OECS.
Using again the resources of the EU, we've had sensitization workshops. For example, on the free movement of people, we have had workshops for all of the border agencies. So for the police, immigration, the customs, we've had workshops on them on what are the provisions of the treaty with respect to the free movement of people and how they should handle certain situations related to that free movement.
In strengthening the communication links between member states, the Commission benefited from the additions of equipment used in communication and documentation. One major establishment is the most economical and efficient resource: the Interconnectivity platform, which can facilitate 6 simultaneous Commission meetings or video conferences at any point in time with a maximum of 50 participants. The equipment was installed and users were trained in 6 member states: Antigua, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The initiatives have been effective. We've seen a lot of uptake. A lot of the impediments that prevented the realization or bringing to full fruition certain things like the free movement of people have been removed. We need to understand though that this is not a destination, it's a journey. And at every stage, when you achieve certain things, these accomplishments just constitute a new platform for further progress and accomplishment.